Jawad sir, we will now talk a few more concepts. I will just give you about TLV, about time weighted average and the calculations, about something called as STEL, dose, and how these play in the emergency response, and how will we determine those in terms of the exposure to airborne concentration in AEGL and ERPG. So we will go by one. We just saw TLV, threshold limit value. So that is the maximum concentration that a person can be exposed without adverse or harmful effects. Time weighted average. So this, unlike this one, this is the maximum concentration for 8 hours. Like we saw over here, concentration for 8 hours. So here time weighted average is the maximum concentration at 8 hours, and it can happen 5 days per week. So in a week you have 40 hours. 8 5 40. So now let's say if an operator from the safe area, from an area where there is no contaminants, he goes to this for 1 hour and exposed to 18 ppm. He goes here for 2 hours, exposed to 10 ppm, 1 hour exposed to 2 ppm, and come back. So 2 plus 1 plus 1, 4. So the time weighted average for this particular airborne concentration of substance is 18 plus 10 plus 1 plus 2 divided by 1 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour. So it's 7.5 ppm, like that. But this 7.5, but these values shall never go above this value. These values, irrespective of the time, shall never go above this value. Purinjida, sir? So now we will go into the third one. It's called STEL, short term exposure limit. So this here, it was just the concentration. Here it was concentration for 8 hours. Here it is concentration and there is time, term. So that time is how much? Concentration for 15 minutes. So that is the term, 15 minutes. So if you look into a graph where in the x-axis it is time increasing, y-axis dose increasing, we will come to know here when the time is low, the person can be exposed to a higher, when the time is time is low, person can be exposed to a higher dose and still be okay, whereas when the time increases, the dose should go low. It should go low. Purinjidar, Jawad sir, am I making sense? Third, we will talk about how these concepts can be used for emergency response. Now, when we have responders arriving at scene, we will be speaking to them about, or rather, let's say there is something called as land use planning or emergency planning guidelines. So how we will plan is that, let's say if there is a loss of containment because of which there is a substance which is released in air, so then the person can be exposed acutely, because during acute means instantly, chronic means long time. So person can be exposed acutely. And what does each of these AEGL 3, 2 and 1 mean? So the definition of AEGL is the maximum airborne concentration above which person can have effects. So this is the maximum concentration. Above this particular concentration, person can have adverse effects. So what are the adverse effects? AEGL 3 means he will have life-threatening or death. So AEGL 3 corresponds to this person can die if he is exposed to concentration above this. So let's say during an emergency, if I I'm exposed to some concentration above AEGL, I will die. Or let's say there's a possibility for me to die. So we spoke about AEGL 3. Now let's come to 2. So what is the definition for AEGL 2? It is the maximum airborne concentration above which if a person is exposed, his potential to run away or his escape goal, his goal to escape from the scene will be impaired. So let's say this is me. If I am exposed to an airborne concentration above AEGL 2, my ability to escape from that scenario will decrease. Now what is AEGL 1? Definition of AEGL 1 is the maximum airborne concentration to which an individual can be exposed to, above which he will be feeling dizzy, respiratory difficulties and all that, so like coughing and all. So our AEGL is the definition. It has 3 levels, 3 to 1. Definition is the maximum airborne concentration above which for 3 there's a possibility for the person to die or have life-threatening diseases. 2, above 2 level, if he is exposed to, his escape will be limited or impaired. Above 1, if he is exposed to, he will be having reversible health effects and respiratory disorders and disruptions. AEGL acute guidelines are in time limits 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 4 hours and 8 hours. Similarly, we've got something called as emergency response planning guidelines. We saw that toxic values can be used for emergency response. Various levels have been indicated. AEGL 3 levels for various time zones, and similarly there is another one called emergency response planning guidelines. So the difference between these two are, here it can have varied timelines, like we said, varied times and varied doses. When time is less, your dose can be higher. When time is more, your dose should relatively come low. Yes. Whereas for ERPG, it is similar to AEGL. The levels are all similar. 3, 2, 1. 3 is dead, 2 is impaired escape, 1 is respiratory distress. But everything is for 1 hour only. ERPG 3 levels for 1 hour only. Thank you.